Someone Say Whiskey. Cocktail video number 2 coming at you from Hyde. Special shout out to Scott Jenkins. He's a member of Someone Say Whiskey and DFW Whiskey Club. If anybody wants to book private event, have a wonderful time, learn something about cocktails, come down to Hyde and Deep Ellum. Also a quick shout out to the Someone Say Whiskey community. You guys are all super awesome. Basically just do these to try to give back, give you guys an opportunity to make some cocktails at home, step outside your comfort zone, drink something other than whiskey neat, or make cocktails for a guest or two. Last shout out is for Joe for bringing me the Larceny that came out yesterday over at SNK. Haven't got the chance to try it obviously because he brought it to me tonight. But super pumped about that. But as always, stay tuned. Lots of really fun stuff coming at you. Tonight we're going to cover whiskey sour. Essentially, I'm going to make 3 different versions of it for you. One's going to be with egg whites and rye whiskey. One's going to be with egg white and bourbon. And then one's going to be without egg white if you're just not feeling super adventurous. Although I can't stress enough, it's a much better cocktail. All egg whites do in cocktails, if that sounds super freaky or super foreign to you, is they just provide a ton of texture. They give it a real nice creaminess, a real nice velvety mouthfeel. Basically just round out the body of the cocktail really, really well. And we're going to take advantage of a process known as emulsification, which essentially is we're just using the acid, the lemon juice in this case, to break down the proteins in the egg the same way that we would if we were cooking it. The most common question I get at the bar is it safe? It's 100% safe. People drink eggs raw first off. So we're emulsifying it to take care of it, which will break down the proteins the exact same way. Alright guys, so one of the things that I want to teach people about during these videos is just a little bit about the technique behind bartending. You guys would be surprised. Proper technique makes up for lack of proper ingredients, and it'll truly blow people away with really simple ingredients just by doing things the right way. Most notably today with an egg white cocktail, we're going to do a process that's known as reverse dry shaking. You will hear of a process also called dry shaking. Without getting too much into the nerdy science of it, anybody is welcome to PM me and we'll go into dilution rates ad nauseum. But without going into it for the video, the reverse dry shake accomplishes what we needed to for emulsification, accomplishes what we needed to for body and texture, and from a bartending perspective, it's slightly faster and much more efficient than just a regular dry shake. But the reverse dry shake is I'm going to build my components on the cocktail shaker, egg white included, add my ice, give it a really vigorous, really thorough shake. Then I'm going to take the cocktail shaker, put my Hawthorne strainer over the cocktail, pour it into the portion without ice, dump my ice to the side, and then shake the cocktail with no ice, just the cocktail in the shaker tin. And what that does is just adds air, allows the cocktail to get aerated, adds that texture that we were referring to, gives it that velvet, makes it much, much smoother, rounds out the body like we need it to. Alright guys, we're going to knock out the bourbon build first. I thought about doing this pre-op just to make it easier and not make myself look like an idiot, but we're going to go for it. Essentially, we just want the egg white. There's no reason for y'all to know this, but you need about an ounce of egg white. It's just 1 medium, 1 large size egg. If you do drop the yolk in, no big deal. You can essentially just make a flip. It's going to be a little thicker. It's going to require a little more shaking. But you don't have to waste all your ingredients at home. I know that's not the most viable. So for either rye or bourbon, you're going to do 2 ounces of whatever spirit you prefer. This is going to be Buffalo Trace. Of course, we all know just a great daily shelfer rye when you can find it. Relatively easy drinking. Any sour template is one of the easiest drinks to memorize just because of its ratio. So you do 2 parts spirit, 1 part acid, so 1 part lemon juice, and then 1 part sugar, simple syrup. So 2 ounces of spirit, an ounce of lemon juice, an ounce of simple syrup. As we talked earlier, you're always going to make your simple syrup based on a 1-to-1 ratio from weight only. This guy here is a 20% liquid saline solution. It's essentially salt water made with 20% dilution. Want to do about 3 drops per about every 3/4 ounces to ounce of citrus. Once your drink is built, we're going to ice it down. This is earlier what I was talking about with the reverse dry shake. And one of the key parts for here, you're going to want to chalk your bottom shaker tin filled with ice. We need all of it for texture. We want it to chill and dilute everything nice and properly. create a nice good seal with my shaker tin. And then your biggest thing when you're shaking is we want to think about it. We want to cool and emulsify this as efficiently and as evenly as possible. So I'm going to try to get the liquid and the ice to hug the chrome all the way around in a circular motion. I kind of picture like train track wheels or something like that to give you an idea. And then you're going to also see the actual shaker tin itself, and you're going to feel it on your hand. It's going to start to frost up. It's going to feel real nice and cold. Gives you an idea that you're getting that proper dilution, that proper chill. And then about halfway through the process, this is that reverse dry shaking technique we were talking about earlier. What I'm doing here is I'm just straining out the ice that I used to shake the cocktail, pouring the cocktail by itself, and then I'm going to get rid of the ice so I can aerate the cocktail properly. And with the second part of a reverse dry shake, the strokes are going to be a little bit longer. This part is to pump air into the cocktail. We really want to fluff it up, want to change the molecular structure of those proteins, emulsify them, start breaking them down so it provides the right texture for our drink. And same thing, the shaker tin is going to get nice and chilled. That's going to be kind of a good stopping point. I'm going to use my Hawthorne just because there might still be some stray loose ice chunks in here. And then we're also going to use a fine mesh strainer. This is essentially just acting as an aid to help my bubble structure for the drink. It's going to kind of trap those bubbles, make them a little bit smaller, give us that nice velvety texture. Just banging my shaker tin against the fine strainer here is just getting some more of the drink to actually settle through. Again, we want the foam, we want that texture, those beautiful bubbles. And then that is essentially a bourbon whiskey sour. We are going to get a little fun with our garnish here. This is essentially Angostura bitters. Bitters you can find in any liquor store. They're your classic bitter, just in a dropper bottle to make it a little easier to do some art. I'm just going to do a quick kind of circular pattern. And then it looks like nothing. Grab a quick toothpick and just break halfway through the dots. They're going to turn into nice kind of cool looking hearts. Gives us a nice little heart swirl. That is essentially whiskey sour. Again, whatever base spirit you prefer versus bourbon, rye. If you guys have gin drinkers at the house, you can make this with gin. This is also a vodka drink as well. Essentially any base spirit, 2-part spirit, 1 part acid, 1 part sugar. That reverse dry shake, that nice technique, and then nice glass for presentation. Doesn't necessarily have to be a martini glass, but it looks better. It shows you the layers that are going on in here. It shows you some of that emulsification, some of that beautiful technique that you just learned about. But yeah, guys, as always, do me a favor, comment any cocktails y'all want to learn how to make. Comment any feedback that is relatively positive. I do appreciate it though. And other than that, I love you all. Someone say whiskey. Y'all have a great rest of the week.